up, Bobcats? I am your single host and sports editor here at the University Star, Odus Evbagharu, and I got my single fellas here with me, Israel Johnson and Kirk Jones. How you guys doing today?
You gotta put us on blast like that, man?
Yeah.
Put myself on blast first, all right?
Nah, it's fine. I'm doing good today, man. I'm doing good.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
You know, I had to go with the single ladies theme there that we got going on, so that's always fun. We're going to break down women's basketball, men's basketball, talk about softball. They ruled rival UTSA in 5 innings. That's always fun when you can do that to your rival. And baseball kind of had a heartbreaker against Rice, and then they're going to play UC Riverside this weekend. And then women's basketball, being able to pull out the win against South Alabama Wednesday night, 63-61, and looking forward to men's basketball this weekend when they take on South Alabama and Arkansas State on the road. But before we put a ring on this show, we're going to go ahead and take our first quick break.
We've done it! Since opening last fall, Vapor Essentials has provided San Marcos with the best in electronic cigarettes. Whether you're kicking the smoking habit or interested in the growing popularity of vaping, there's never been a better time to visit. Vaporize and customize with our ever-expanding inventory. All 100% authentic hardware from brands like Totally Wicked, Halo, and more. We also carry the best quality e-liquid by Texas Select Vapor, with nicotine ranges from 0 to 24. Try before you buy or just kick back at our full-service vaping bar. Our friendly and experienced staff will help you with all your vaping needs. Whether you're new or a familiar face, we'll be happy to provide you with the highest quality of customer service. At Vapor Essentials, we are consumers for consumers. We are your e-cigarette store. Stop by at 1515 Aquarina Springs or call us today at 512-878-8869. 18 and older, we ID.
Hey Bobcats, Otis here. Let's take a minute to talk about the University Bookstore and Fan Shop. These on-campus stores take care of all your Texas State needs, from books and supplies to Bobcat apparel and gifts. And the more you shop, the more these stores can give back to the students and organizations of Texas State. You can find the bookstore at the LBJ Student Center and the Fan Shop at Bobcat Stadium. You can also check them out online at bookstore.txstate.edu. Be sure to mention From the Field to the Fans and the Fan Shop for a 10% discount.
Need cupcakes or cookies for your sweet tooth, or maybe a custom decorated cake for your sorority or fraternity celebration? Pennington's Cakes has you covered. Since 1962, Pennington's Cakes has been providing some of the best tasting desserts in Central Texas. We bake our cakes, cupcakes, and cookies fresh to order with quality ingredients and lots of love and care. No matter the order, Pennington's Cakes will rise to the occasion. Every one of our creations is artfully decorated and memorably presented. Get 10% off your purchase when you show your Texas State ID. We also offer free wedding cake consultations. We're conveniently located at 1662 South I-35, right next to Thad Ziegler Glass. Come by or call us today and join our family of satisfied customers. Our number is 512-396-4059. 512-396-4059.
I have head women's basketball coach here, Zenner Antoine, with me. Coach, you guys have won 5 out of the last 6. How do you gauge the momentum of the team right now?
I think we're in a pretty good place. You know, we got knocked down on the road recently. And I think really and truly what that does is allow teams to bounce back up. And the one thing I've always enjoyed about this team, and we've talked about it, you know, that old cliche, you get knocked down 7 times, get up 8 on the 8th. And I think that's what this team needs to do as we head into a game here in South Alabama.
Coach, we spoke earlier, and you said that you kind of wanted your team to be at this point in February winning. You know, do you feel like they've done the proper job so far? I know you just lost to Georgia State in a tough battle on the road in Atlanta, but they're able to overcome adversity and still win the 5 out of 6. So do you feel you're in a good place in the month of February?
I think the team's doing an excellent job regarding following our game plan and what have we asked for them to do. I think as we continue to push forward, as teams are able to scout, they're going to need to be able to tweak in their minds and to stay sharp and alert as we get deeper into February.
Coach, I kind of want to talk about Ariel Anderson a little bit. I know she's been on the bench. She's kind of been the sixth man a little bit, and she's provided some spark. She's that Energizer bunny that we've talked about in the past. Can you kind of allude to how she's progressed coming off the bench and seeing the game a little bit more clear?
I think the nicest thing for Ariel when I went to her and talked to her about coming off the bench for us and what does we need is she's like, Coach, whatever you need doesn't matter to me because I know I'm going to do the best I can for this team. And she's taken that attitude on, and we found that it's worked for her. I think she has the opportunity to kind of allow the game to absorb the game, have an opportunity to talk to her coach as well when she's on the sideline watching the game. And then when she goes in, she clearly knows what her role is, what needs to be done in that particular game with that particular scout. And she does a great job at it. The young lady is quite the comedian and the dancer as well. So I think beyond what the fans see, her teammates really rally around her regardless.
Because you're going to play South Alabama Wednesday night here in Strand. You're coming off a loss. How much does that help? And do you tell your team that you're kind of now in this home stretch of games before you enter the Sun Belt Conference Tournament?
I think the nice thing for us is that, we did just play on the road. Back-to-back games, really and truly, one day of rest in between on the road. We played our old rival in UTA, then had an opportunity to play a brand-new team in Georgia State on the road, and now we return again, with our third game here within 6 days. The best thing that I see is this. It's a pure challenge for this team. We did not do a good job defensively on the road against Georgia State. We must do a good job defensively beyond the arc against South Alabama. So the challenge is there. I think they're up for it because we did a great job at UTA defensively. It's a different look defensively for us as to what we need to do. But again, it's only going to allow our team more opportunities to continue to gel and get better as we get closer to March.
And we're back right on cue. Coach Antoine talking about Ariel Anderson. She leads the Bobcats in victory with 17 points, 28 minutes of action, shooting 50% from the field, 40% from three-point line, 83.3% from the free throw line, which the Bobcats have struggled with this year, so it's good to see someone hit their free throws. And Texas State winning the game 63-61, moving to 12-12 for the season, 9-4 for the Sun Belt Conference play. Sitting in second place right now behind Arkansas State. And it seems like the Bobcats came to play. Ashley Eze getting 15 points. Aaron Peoples, 15 points. Definitely did work down low on the block against South Alabama in an impressive win.
Yeah, it was. They've been trying to get over that 500 mark. It's good to see them get back to 500. They're going to see if they can go against Arkansas State and get that one victory to put them over the mark. Because the Georgia State loss kind of set them back a little bit, but it was, I forgot how many games and how many days it was.
3 and 5 days.
Yeah, so fatigue could have been a factor there. And Coach Z mentioned, they got knocked down 7 times, they got up 8. That's been this whole season. They keep getting knocked down, but they were never out of it, never out of the season as far as the conference contention goes.
Yeah, they're staying even with Arkansas State. They're not losing on any ground. They're just still one game back, I believe. So, as long as you're winning, they're playing them next game. So it's good that they're staying on the same pace as them and beating a South Alabama team that didn't have a lot of size. Jacqueline Jeffcoat and Ashley Eze definitely took advantage of that lack of size. So, they had the right game plan, came out with a good victory.
Yeah, it's good that they were able to get the victory. I know Coach Antoine alluded to them kind of being tired, having to take that day off with NCAA rules, getting back Tuesday morning at 4, only getting that hour of sleep for Coach. You're back up at it, so it's good to see them win. Hopefully they can go on the road on Saturday against Arkansas State and avenge a loss that they took. I believe it was 87-81 to Arkansas State. And I know the Bobcats are going to be looking to make a statement, and how great of a statement would it be if they beat the conference leaders in their house?
Yeah, you said it enough. That's a statement game for the Bobcats. This late season surge, I guess, kind of being, kind of people saying, is it a fluke or is it kind of, are the Bobcats for real? We think they're for real just because we've seen them throughout the season. But it's time to kind of show, everybody else, if they can knock off the number one team. And I don't know how many games are they behind?
Oh, only
one game.
Yeah,
one game.
So this is it. So this, and then a potential victory or loss for Arkansas State down the road, and Bobcats jump. So it's a huge statement game coming up.
Yeah, and it seems like they have the momentum too. They, even though it did lose against Georgia State, Georgia State. Yeah,
it was Georgia State.
Yeah. They still won 5 in a row. They've won 6 of 7. So
yeah.
They still have the momentum. It seems like they're going in the right direction going into Jonesboro, but definitely going to be an exciting game in Arkansas.
Yeah, hopefully they head into Jonesboro, take care of business, and hopefully they can rub off on the men a little bit. The men, they're going to play South Alabama at home Thursday night, then they'll play Arkansas State on Saturday on the road. And this is going to be the first matchup against South Alabama and Arkansas State. And so I'm looking for the Bobcats to kind of show off and show out and avenge that defeat that they had against Georgia State in Atlanta.
Yeah, that loss, absolutely brutal. I believe they didn't break a 2-2 score till about 12 minutes into the game, or 8 minutes into the game, and I believe the Bobcats shot 23% in the first half, shot 28% in the second half. They couldn't get anything going offensively. Their leading scorers were Caven Tilbury and Vic Bermudez with 7 points. No Bobcats broke double digits. And you just, as good as the Bobcats defense has been, you cannot have an offensive output where your leading scorers are 7 respectively.
Yeah, you're not going to win any games if your leading scorer has 7 points. And they're both, I know Tilbury's a freshman too. So I mean, obviously
transfer.
Obviously the starters weren't playing very much. So I mean, sounds like to me Casper just kind of pulled them and said, this game's pretty much over, and accepted the loss. So.
Yeah, I don't have much of a recap. That game kind of stunned me a little bit. Only the highest leading scorer getting 7 points and wasn't even a senior. That speaks volumes. I do think that the women will be able to pull out the victory against Arkansas State on the road. I think the men are going to lose both. I think it's over for them. I think you pack your bags up. You take it for what it is, and you just wait for next year when Casper continually gets his guys in.
Yeah, I think the women take this one. I think the men lose because interesting stat here: South Alabama, despite being last in the Sun Belt, they're the number 1 rebounding team in the Sun Belt, and Texas State is 0-7 against the top 5 rebounding teams in the Sun Belt this season.
Wow,
look at that.
That's pretty good.
That's what I'm talking about.
Stat
Number of the
numbers,
night,
man.
stat of the night, right there.
Dropping stats.
I don't know. I think they can. I think men's basketball could split. I mean, I think they could definitely do that, and I think the women are going to take care of it. I think they're going to beat Arkansas State. They're on a good streak right now, and I think they come away with a win.
All right, yeah, definitely. Team that's winning right now is the softball team. They beat UTSA 8-0, run ruled the rivals at home here in San Marcos, and that's good for the Bobcats. They're definitely on the winning side. They moved to 8-3. But before we get into all that winning stuff, we're going to take one quick break and hear a word from our sponsors.
Drinking my cup, I can care less what you think. I need no permission, did I mention? Don't pay him any attention. Cause you had your turn, and now you're gonna learn what it really feels like to miss me.
We've done it! Since opening last fall, Vapor Essentials has provided San Marcos with the best in electronic cigarettes. Whether you're kicking the smoking habit or interested in the growing popularity of vaping, there's never been a better time to visit. Vaporize and customize with our ever-expanding inventory. All 100% authentic hardware from brands like Totally Wicked, Halo, and more. We also carry the best quality e-liquid by Texas Select Vapor, with nicotine ranges from 0 to 24. Try before you buy or just kick back at our full-service vaping bar. Our friendly and experienced staff will help you with all your vaping needs. Whether you're new or a familiar face, we'll be happy to provide you with the highest quality of customer service. At Vapor Essentials, we are consumers for consumers. We are your e-cigarette store. Stop by at 1515 Aquarina Springs or call us today at 512-878-8869. 18 and older, we ID.
Hey Bobcats, Odus here. Let's take a minute to talk about the University Bookstore and Fan Shop. These on-campus stores take care of all your Texas State needs, from books and supplies to Bobcat apparel and gifts. And the more you shop, the more these stores can give back to the students and organizations of Texas State. You can find the bookstore at the LBJ Student Center and the Fan Shop at Bobcat Stadium. You can also check them out online at bookstore.txstate.edu. Be sure to mention From the Field to the Fans and the Fan Shop for a 10% discount.
Need cupcakes or cookies for your sweet tooth, or maybe a custom decorated cake for your sorority or fraternity celebration? Pennington's Cakes has you covered. Since 1962, Pennington's Cakes has been providing some of the best tasting desserts in Central Texas. We bake our cakes, cupcakes, and cookies fresh to order with quality ingredients and lots of love and care. No matter the order, Pennington's Cakes will rise to the occasion. Every one of our creations is artfully decorated and memorably presented. Get 10% off your purchase when you show your Texas State ID. We also offer free wedding cake consultations. We're conveniently located at 1662 South I-35, right next to Thad Ziegler Glass. Come by or call us today and join our family of satisfied customers. Our number is 512-396-4059. 512-396-4059.
And we're back for your single host, for your single reporters here, Ishmael Johnson and Kirk Jones. I'm your single host, Odus Evbagharu. Remember that, ladies. And right now we're going to talk about softball. They ruled Interstate 35 rival UTSA 8-0 in 5 innings, leading the way. Rain House, she is having a season. She moves to 6-1. She pitched all 5 innings. I believe it's a second complete game shutout of the year. She gave up 6 hits, 4 walks, and struck out 3 while facing 25 batters. She is on a roll right now. And interesting enough, I talked to Rain Tuesday afternoon before they practice, and we kind of talked about how the energy and the momentum of the team is right now. All right, I've senior pitcher Rain House here with me. Rain, you guys faced some adversity last year, starting the season 0-6, and I believe only getting 21 losses in 24 games, but this year you're off to your best start in a decade. How's that feel?
Yes, it feels amazing. There's a whole different demeanor on the team than there was last year. Girls are confident on the field, confident in their positions, and we all work for each other and together. So everything about this season is different than last, and I feel like that's why we've had the start we've had.
This past week, you upset number 23 Cal. You were a big part of that. And then you get named Sun Belt Pitcher of the Week. You know, first year in the conference, how does that feel?
Yeah, well, it was a great feeling. I was extremely surprised. Coach Woodard has been talking about how strong the pitching is in the Sun Belt all year, talking to our hitters. So my focus has been just to make sure I can keep my girls in the game, and give them the chance to hit the ball. But so that confidence, knowing that, it's all going to be okay as long as we work together, things are clicking the way they're supposed to. That was great. It was a big confidence boost for everyone.
Last year, you were kind of like the number 2, number 3 starter. This year, you're starting off great, 5-1 for the season. You're kind of the ace of the staff. How's that new role changed for you, and what's your mentality going into the games, knowing that you are the number 1 pitcher?
The role may have changed, but the expectation is the same. And as a pitching staff, we're all extremely close. We don't look at number 1, number 2. We just know that anytime Coach Woodard asks us to throw and puts us out there, we're supposed to do our very best. So I have just focused on getting better. For my team, the goal was never number 1, number 2, anything like that. We're just working together, and things have come out great that way.
I talked to Coach before the season started, and she said the one thing that I took away from my conversation with her to start before the season was that you guys are having fun. How much fun are you having?
Oh, we're having so much fun. You would have thought we won the World Series after beating HBU in California this last week. So we are having a lot of fun, and that has so much to do with how well we're doing, because when you're fun, it's relaxed, the game slows down. So I feel like the fun we're having is, it's awesome. It's new and it's great.
For them, it's all about having fun. And it's a different vibe, it's a different energy. Last year I was on this beat covering softball, and you could tell they just weren't having fun. They finished 18-38 or something ridiculous like that. It was the worst coach for Ricky Woodard. It was the worst season for Coach Ricky Woodard, And right now they're just having fun, and they're having fun. They're beating their rivals 8-0, picking up 7 runs in the bottom of the 5th to get the mercy rule of the 8 runs, skunking UTSA, not allowing them to get a run on the board. Courtney Coral able to lead the Bobcats, going 2 for 3, getting 2 RBIs. That's big, and it looks like Coach Woodard is having the younger players and I don't want to say inexperienced, but the players that haven't played before, it seems like they're stepping up big and accepting the challenge here at Texas State.
Yeah, definitely. I remember Kayla Nivar had her first home run the very first game, and those freshman girls stepping up is always something they're coming in with, uncertainty, and you don't know the expectation coming from freshmen, but for them to step up like that, and for transfer, I think Coral was a transfer, and she tore up in Weatherford, so to have those kind of newcomers come in and produce at this level already is really nice for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that 5th inning, you talked about it. The UTSA, their pitcher was kind of getting rocked a little bit, and I think they had the bases loaded, or I think 2 on, and they brought in a reliever, and she got rocked, loaded the bases, walked a couple, and that brought in some runs, and they brought in another one, walked a couple, and I think she ended up walking the last 2 run mercy rule scores. So it was kind of UTSA kind of getting a little intimidated.
Yeah.
There.
I guess for the Bobcats, it's not these boots were made for walking. It's more like these cleats were made for walking. Spikes, they did draw a lot of walks, and what's good for them is I just want to go back to them having fun. I think it speaks volumes when the players can echo what the coach is saying as well. That this team's relaxed. It's just different. They're on a mission. They have a goal set in mind. They're just trying to accomplish it. They reached 8-3, and they started 7-3. It's the best start in a decade. So that's speaking volumes to Coach Woodard as well. She's got them focused. And for UTSA, I mean, we don't really talk about the other schools, but ever since they beat number 15 Texas, they are on a 5-game losing streak. They just cannot find the W right now. It's gonna be tough for that school, and hopefully they can get it together and be the competitive softball school that they are. But after this victory, Texas State heads to Denton, Texas for the Texas Shootout. They'll play North Texas, Sam Houston State, Abilene Christian, SFA, and then a team to be announced. They'll play 5 games. I'm assuming it's some kind of round-robin little tournament thing they got going on. But they're going to play another rival in Sam Houston State, North Texas, SFA. It's all Texas schools. So hopefully the Bobcats can continue the momentum they have and hopefully go undefeated Texas Shootout. These are definitely winnable games that I think the Bobcats can pull out.
Yeah, I like how softball and baseball are kind of keeping these old rivalries, like specifically softball. Football's kind of moved on to the FBS. They forget about the SFAs, the Nickel States, all those. Softball's embraced. We saw with UTSA, with Sam Houston State coming up. I love seeing like the old rivalries that have been there for a long time continuing to be part of their tradition, part of their scheduling.
Yeah, it's cool that they're all Texas teams too. Abilene Christian, that's a far drive for them, but they don't call it Texas Shootout for a reason. So all the Texas teams come together and have a little tournament.
Yeah, and my prediction is I'm assuming Rain will probably pitch twice again this weekend, and hopefully she'll pull it out to 2 more victories, and hopefully she'll continue climbing the charts. Her ERA is low. She's striking out batters, not leaving on a little bit, and from Wednesday's game, she struggled a little bit, but she's not letting that overwhelm her in the moment, and she's staying composed and able getting these batters out, which is always good. So I look for the Bobcats to get a clean sweep here at Texas Shootout. These are winnable games. I don't want to say they're lesser competition, but knowing Coach Woodard, she'll have them prepared.
Yeah, I think she'll have them prepared easily. Rainhouse, we'll see how she holds up a little bit against UTSA. She had, I believe, 6 hits. Yeah, 6 hits. No earned runs, obviously, but, we'll see if fatigue becomes a thing. Maybe she'll have to get a little bit more rest, but, why not ride the hot hand as it goes, so.
Yeah, and the good thing about softball is, man, you can pitch back-to-back games. It's not like baseball where, you need 5 days of rest. It's not as tiring on your arm, so, I definitely see her pitching at least twice. I think the way she's pitching right now, she's got it. The competition is, pretty average, so, they should come away with a pretty good sweep for this tournament.
Well, someone that did not face average competition was Texas State Tuesday. They played Rice. They lost 4-2 in 11 innings. It was a heartbreaker. But before we get our hearts broken and talk about this game, we're going to take our final break and talk about Texas State baseball.
We've done it! Since opening last fall, Vapor Essentials has provided San Marcos with the best in electronic cigarettes. Whether you're kicking the smoking habit or interested in the growing popularity of vaping, there's never been a better time to visit. Vaporize and customize with our ever-expanding inventory. All 100% authentic hardware from brands like Totally Wicked, Halo, and more. We also carry the best quality e-liquid by Texas Select Vapor, with nicotine ranges from 0 to 24. Try before you buy or just kick back at our full-service vaping bar. Our friendly and experienced staff will help you with all your vaping needs. Whether you're new or a familiar face, we'll be happy to provide you with the highest quality of customer service. At Vapor Essentials, we are consumers for consumers. We are your e-cigarette store. Stop by at 1515 Aquarina Springs or call us today at 512-878-8869. 18 and older, we ID.
Hey Bobcats, Odus here. Let's take a minute to talk about the University Bookstore and Fan Shop. These on-campus stores take care of all your Texas State needs, from books and supplies to Bobcat apparel and gifts. And the more you shop, the more these stores can give back to the students and organizations of Texas State. You can find the bookstore at the LBJ Student Center and the Fan Shop at Bobcat Stadium. You can also check them out online at bookstore.txstate.edu. Be sure to mention From the Field to the Fans and the Fan Shop for a 10% discount.
Need cupcakes or cookies for your sweet tooth, or maybe a custom decorated cake for your sorority or fraternity celebration? Pennington's Cakes has you covered. Since 1962, Pennington's Cakes has been providing some of the best tasting desserts in Central Texas. We bake our cakes, cupcakes, and cookies fresh to order with quality ingredients and lots of love and care. No matter the order, Pennington's Cakes will rise to the occasion. Every one of our creations is artfully decorated and memorably presented. Get 10% off your purchase when you show your Texas State ID. We also offer free wedding cake consultations. We're conveniently located at 1662 South I-35, right next to Thad Ziegler Glass. Come by or call us today and join our family of satisfied customers. Our number is 512-396-4059. 512-396-4059.
And we're back here to talk a little Texas State baseball. Tuesday, traveled to Houston, played Rice. They were up 2-0, and then the 8th inning happened, and then it just went all downhill. The Bobcats gave up 2 in the 8th, I believe, and then they give up 2 in the 11th to lose the ball game 3-4. And they actually retook the lead on the top of the 11th. I believe Tanner Hill drove in the run.
Yeah, he did. He had a floater to left center and scored.
Yeah, so the Bobcats were up 3-2, had an opportunity to win, but let it slip away in the bottom of the 11th. And games like that, as Bobcats, you got to win.
Yeah, you definitely do. I mean, it's Rice, and they're number 11. I mean, anytime you beat Rice at any point in baseball, that's definitely something to celebrate about. And they had it. I mean, Todd Davenport pitched a great game. I mean, you got to back your pitcher up. And, you know, just to get that's a sour taste in your mouth going into UC Irvine this weekend. I mean, UC Riverside, after a loss like this.
Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of telling where the baseball program is when fans can be disappointed about this loss. Like, usually, if it's another sport, basketball, football.
At least they competed, right?
Yeah, it's like, we competed. Yeah. We only lost by 2, or we lost by 1. No, fans are disappointed with this, and that's a great sign, because you hold yourself high to a high standard. And I mean, yeah, those extra innings lost, like you had to close out that game. You know, the bullpen kind of faltered at the end there, letting Rice get back into it. But in a way, I kind of formed this into a moral victory. It's good that that people are upset about this loss because they know where the program is at this point.
And that's good.
Yeah.
Coach Ty Harrington's got them, focused, energized, get the non-conference schedule pretty tough. And they're going to play a tough UC Riverside this weekend here at Bobcat Ballpark.
Yeah, and believe it or not, UC Riverside is a pretty good team, and they're in a great conference. They play, Cal State Fullerton, who are always the top dogs. They're number 4 in the nation right now, I think. And, UC Irvine, Cal Poly, UC Santa Barbara, they're playing good teams. So, I mean, UC Irvine is 3-1 already. They've got Joe Chavez that he's already got 12 hits in 4 games or something like that. The leadoff hitter, 5 stolen bases in 4 games. So they got a good top of the order. So definitely. I think Cody Humple's pitching, or Luke Humple's pitching this weekend or on Friday, so you need to be prepared on Friday for sure.
Yeah, the first big series for the Bobcats with one team through the weekend. Gonna be cool to see how they come off of that loss, because they're not happy that they lost to Rice. They're not using the "we competed" as an excuse. We'll see if they can come out and actually beat one of the good teams in college baseball.
Yeah, I look for Tanner Hill to start being better defensively at first base. So he's got to pick it up. Tyler Pearson's doing a great job behind the plate. You have the Garrett Matledge, the guy. He's Matt Sanchez. I like Garrett Stutter, the freshman. He's definitely playing really well. I look for Taylor Black to do well this series. Person I'm looking for is Scott Grist. I don't know what's going on with him. He didn't pitch Tuesday. He didn't pitch last week, and I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully he's not in the doghouse. This is top 50 pitching prospect in the country. Mm-hmm. So hopefully he can show out. And I think Texas State takes 2 out of 3 this weekend.
Yeah,
I think they'll definitely try to look for momentum and definitely do the thing and get some Bobcat victories.
Yeah, Taylor Black, I'm interested to see him come off a really great game against Washington. They ended up losing. The score really didn't tell how close it was because, I mean, Taylor Black pitched amazing. I mean, he pitches half that way. He's going to win some games this season. So I want to see Taylor Black, and I think Luke Humpel will definitely get a win, and I think they take 2 out of 3 as well.
I'm gonna have to complete the 2 out of 3. I think 2 out of 3. I think Friday, Saturday. I think Sunday. I don't know. I don't want to say they get complacent, but I think the Riverside will kind of they won't want to head back home out west without a victory, and I think they pull it out. But Friday, especially, I'm gonna say is a win because Texas State wants to make a statement after that loss to Rice.
And I want to kind of throw a player out there that's maybe he actually transferred from Texas Tech. David Paez, the third baseman, is playing exceptional right now. He is just coming through so clutch. He's getting so many clutch hits, seeing the ball really well, playing great third base. I mean, he could be a difference maker for this team and down the season.
And I'm just definitely looking for consistency from the bullpen and from the starting pitching. You know, it can't be either or on different days. It's got to be both on the same day. Start completing these games. Start winning the series and go 2 for 3. But for that's it for Texas State baseball. We kind of got our final thoughts now, kind of wrapping the show up. What do you guys got?
I got U.S. men's hockey Friday versus Canada in the semifinals. Russia out of the medal count, so it's down to U.S. or Canada right now for that gold medal match. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm not really a hockey guy, but I mean USA hockey in the semifinals against Canada. I'll be watching that game, so it'll be interesting to see that game and see the American pride out there.
Yeah, USA Hockey defeating, I believe, who was it?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, 5-1 or 5-2?
5-1.
5-1, okay, sweet deal. I was about to give Czech Republic another goal,
that
but
much credit.
5-1, that's a big deal. But another thing that happened Wednesday night, number 1 Syracuse goes down to Boston College. That only leaves one undefeated team left in Wichita State. So that's interesting. It's going to see how men's college basketball comes down as we head into March and kind of get into this fiasco of the bracketology. So that that's always fun. I'm not going to call you guys out and call you single anymore, but for Ishmael Johnson, Kirk Jones, I am your host, Odus Evbagharu, and like I always say, we'll see you next time. Bye.